Hallo Destiny Deutschland. Heute sitzen wir mit Urk hier. Wir haben gestern das Interview gehabt mit Deej über Destiny im Allgemeinen. Heute sprechen wir mit Urk eigentlich mehr über The Taken King. Und natürlich versuchen wir noch ein paar Community-Fragen einzubringen. Also erstmal willkommen, Urk. Welcome to Germany.
Oh,
I hope
awesome.
you're enjoying your stay in Cologne.
Yeah, a little jet lagged, but that's all right. It's a fun place to be.
But you are how long here? 2 days now, I think.
Yeah, came in on the 2nd, so we've been here 3 days now.
So the jet lag has to be gone now.
Oh no, it's still in the throes, so it's okay. It comes with the territory, and so it's fun to come out here. It's worth it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we want to talk about The Taken King. It's coming out in very soon.
Me too.
I have one. We were guessing yesterday in the show, and the lady says, "We have murdered the son of the Hive King." Why do I want to kill the king of the son of a Hive King?
So so that's referring to Crota in the Dark Below, right? So you went into the Hellmouth and you killed a Hive Prince.
Yeah.
And you do that because he's an agent of the darkness, and you serve the light, and you want to protect the city. You also do that because it's really fun to go down there and play the raid with you and 5 of your friends.
Yeah.
It's a story device we're using. Your actions have caused Oryx, the Taken King, to come into the system, and he comes in the Dreadnought, his fortress. He comes with a new army of enemies to fight the Taken. And he really kicks off a new storyline that takes you through cinematic content featuring, Lance Reddick and Morla, who plays Eris, and Nathan Fillion as Kaze. We wanted to do a lot more fun character work there. But he's also there as the culmination in the raid as well.
Yeah.
And to fight him, you get access to new supers and new abilities, and the biggest arsenal of weapons that we've delivered in Destiny to date, which also includes our more in-depth, more interesting takes on the Soros, Haka, and Omelan armories. So we wanted to give the players a lot of variety there, things that can go out and become more powerful because they need to fight the new enemy, right?
Okay, and if we're in a party with 6 men, we have the new raids. Do we have to be very scared, or is it just about practice?
It's both, right? I mean, I think that it's going to be a good challenge for players. I think that's what the raid is designed to do, is to be a challenge and to be a puzzle. But I think anyone who is very persistent and plays with a group of players is going to be able to tackle it. Like, that's one of the goals of the raid. It's not intended to be so hard that nobody can beat it. It's intended to be challenging enough that when you do beat it, you feel like you accomplished something and you can celebrate with your friends and finally do it. So a lot of players will go in blind. They'll just want to no information, just sort of take it on and see how long it takes them to beat it. Other players will go to they'll go to YouTube or Twitch and learn the ropes and kind of figure it out, or they'll go in with a Sherpa, somebody who's already beaten it a couple times, and so it offers that variety for players. And I think a lot of players, as odd as it sounds, but as cool as it is, use raids as a way to connect with their friends. You go through Vault of Glass not just because it's fun and not just because you like the experience, but because you're there with 5 other people. You like them, and you're talking to them about your day and your work, and sometimes you can beat a raid in that way where you're like, oh, we beat it,
Something time off from the wife.
Yes, time away from work, time off from wife, and I think for a lot of people, Destiny has sort of become a hobby.
Yeah. It's pretty much a hobby for a lot of us, and
could be flying kites, right? Instead you play Destiny.
It's just to shut off. You have your work day, and you say, okay, I've got to do something else.
Yep.
And of course, in a community, you have hardcore players like us, or something who is casual.
Yep.
To those casual players or the hardcore community, are there much difference to? For example, to play the Taken King, is it only possible to arrange to achieve it for a hardcore player or also for the medium players?
No, I think our goal is to do both, right? Like, we want to bring a bunch of new players in with the Taken King, which is why we have the $60 edition that has all the content that gets you ready to go, the Legendary edition of the game. And for those players, a lot of those players will just play the story and play some strikes, maybe a little bit of competitive multiplayer, and that might be their full experience, right? That might be what they want out of the game. If they want to, jump in and play with their friends, we'll also, for every copy, have a boost item, which gets them up to a level where they can start in and play Taken King. So if you bring somebody new aboard in your clan and you want to, bring them into one of the new experiences, you can do that straight away. And then for people who are really engaged and are playing a lot of the game, we wanted to make sure that we were creating new endgame experiences, looking at our level system, looking at gear improvements, looking at better storytelling, looking at revising our strikes, looking at giving you just much more content. Right? We have 8 Crucible multiplayer maps. We have 3 brand new strikes, 3 revised strikes, and so we want to just bring a lot of content for that engaged player so they can keep playing with their friends. They have a lot of new things to do. We haven't really even talked about our end game. We've talked about the Dreadnought being this fortress that has a lot of things for you to do, and we want to save a lot of that for players to discover. Right? We want it to be a place of mystery that over time you learn is a lot deeper than you suspected. So it's a really big destination, but it's also very deep and it has a lot of things to do, a lot of things to discover. And so I think, our goal is to absolutely make a really fun game for anybody who comes in and just goes, that was a really good story, and that was a really good game, and I really liked playing it, and I can put it on the shelf if I don't want to play it for 1,500 hours, and I can be satisfied. And then for the person who is playing it, for days on end, that there's a lot of new things for them to do, and a lot of new experiences for them to have. And of course, it's really just the start of year 2, so we have, stuff coming in the future as well to keep that ball rolling, just like we did in year 1.
Okay, what about the road ahead? I mean, Taken King is coming, but will there be something like new planets coming in the near future or something like that?
There's a ton of stuff coming in the future, but right now we don't want to look past the Taken King, right? We want to make sure we launch it, that it's successful, that we can start the conversation with the community. Certainly the Dreadnought's been in the works for quite a while. Like, we've had concept art of it, we've fantasized about it and thought about what it would mean to go inside the Dreadnought and explore it. So there's always opportunities for us to think ahead and think about, what kind of places do we want to go, or what kind of experiences do we want to make. But I think more importantly for us is, as we're building that content out, we're also, having a conversation with ourselves as players and the community and seeing, like, how can we shape it and mold it as we go.
Okay, I step right ahead to the community questions. I have to look.
Out comes the phone.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with a question from Christoph Weindl. Will there be for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 support active, or because we are on a next gen now, old gen, next gen?
No, the Taken King is shipping on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and it'll feature all of the improvements and enhancements that we're bringing to bear. There are some minor differences, obviously, for the technology, but we're trying to keep those as minimum as possible. So.
Okay. Next question is Sparrow Races. What can you tell us about Sparrow Races? The community is loving the Sparrow Races. Will you do something apart, a lobby or something where people can meet up and just race?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think there are a lot of great ideas that swirl constantly. I've certainly heard feedback on Sparrow Racing and seen people sort of fantasize about it. I've seen people start their leagues, obviously, and do their own private competitions throughout the world. I think that's super cool. So we're always watching that kind of stuff, and who knows?
Okay. So nothing made in stone yet.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. I move along. Will Eris be playing a big part in the Taken King?
Yes, absolutely. So obviously she's got a lot of experience with the Hive. She sort of prophesized, if you sit next to her, if you listen to her story in the Dark Below. She knows Oryx is out there and Oryx is coming. There were some breadcrumbs in the Destiny 1 story as well. So you definitely see her return to form, and she'll actually be in our cinematics as well.
Okay. What about the merchandise shop in Europe, in Germany?
Oh, like T-shirts and stuff? Yeah, that's a really great idea. So we right now our store is mainly U.S. focused and has some pretty hefty shipping on it. We're looking at ways to solve that in the future for sure.
Yeah. We have multiple requests about our community fans. They want to buy something, and it's always say, we have to order in America.
Yep. I mean, a lot of that is our business realities, right? And so they're not fun things that we don't want to solve, but we certainly want to partner up with people and make sure you guys can get merchandise. Yeah. It only benefits us if you guys want T-shirts and we can sell them to you. If it were easy, we would have done it, but it's definitely something on our list.
What about other events like the Iron Banner or the Osiris events? Will there be something new about what the people can do in a PvP or maybe a private lobby, something like that in a PvP?
Yeah, so we're actually showing off Mayhem here, and we've talked about Rift as well. We'll also have Zone Control, which is a new mode, which is purely objective, where you don't get score for kills. It's only for controlling the zones. Rift is a objective mode as well, sort of similar to like Neutral Assault, but with a Destiny spin on it. I think you might have played it, and that'll add some variety. Events like Iron Banner and Trials are not going away, so the Taken King will still feature those kind of things, and we'll have some announcements in the future too about some new events and new experiences coming to the Taken King.
Okay, and is it in the near future this year or starting next year? The announcements.
We'll have some announcements between now and launch.
Okay. Which gun class from which character is your favorite?
Which gun class from which character? So I like scouts. So I mainly play Warlock, and I really like scout rifles. And I usually pair it up with a fusion rifle or a shotgun.
But that's for the what about in a multiplayer? Because scout guns in multiplayer is very difficult to play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a range player, so I definitely like scouts, and I think I'm also looking forward to our 2.0 balance update where I can take out some assault rifles again and have some fun with those. So I think the sandbox is going to get shaken up a little bit. I think we do believe that scouts don't play as strongly as they should. They're being sort of dominated by hand cannons right now. Yeah. And we want to change that, so we want to make sure that there's a lot more variety in that sandbox and that you can sort of pick the weapon you want and not be overpowered just because or have to make a choice because Thorn is the only answer, for example, right? So we want to make sure that, we want to be careful because we know a lot of people like Thorn, and we want Thorn to be a really good weapon, but right now it's overperforming, whereas, like for me, I usually choose weapons based on what I like, the feel of the weapon or the look of the weapon, so usually that's a scout rifle for me.
Yeah, okay, that's good to hear that there will be a gun balancing, if I can say it like that.
Yep.
So I think we come to a final question. What about the Vault? We are going from 34. No, I forget. I don't know how many it is, but you want to stock up the Vault. How much will it be? Do we have something in the future like a Hall of Fame where I can say, okay, everything I gathered, can I put it into something and never have to lose it?
That's a really great idea.
Okay. So you implemented it then?
I didn't say that, but no, vault space and collectors, we definitely hear a lot from those people, and I'm one of those people as well, so it's certainly something that we're very interested in.
Yeah, it would be nice for a gamer to have a Hall of Fame, something like that, where he can maybe he doesn't have to use it anymore, but just he can look at it, okay, that's what I achieved. Maybe other players could look at it too, something like that.
That is a great idea.
Okay. So what are your hopes and feelings about the next or the second year coming up for Destiny?
I'm really excited. I have no idea what to expect. I think, when we launch in September, I think we're going to have a lot of, conversations happening around the new the storyline, the new campaign, Oryx, the Taken, the new weapons, the new armories. Those things cause a lot of conversation, a lot of chatter. And so, as somebody who cares a lot about community, I'm really interested to see what people say. I'm excited.
Then maybe a final word from you to our German community.
Oh, thanks for all the support and all the love. It's awesome to see, people in Germany embrace the game and play it and come together as a group and as communities and form clans, and it's great. That's why we do it.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Okay, Leute, das war's wieder für heute. Wir hoffen, euch gefällt's. Alles Weitere wird natürlich in News geschrieben. Bis bald.